بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم
هيا على خير الأمل هيا على خير الأمل هاي حسين يا حسين هاي حسين يا 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 حسين
ज़हरा कबूल कीजिए पुरसा हुसैन का
ज़हरा कबूल कीजिए
नारा हैदरी
नारे तकबीर अल्लाहु अकबर नारे तकबीर
अल्लाहु अकबर
नारे रिसालत
या रसूलुल्लाह
नारे रिसालत
या रसूलुल्लाह
हक दा इमाम नारा हैदरी
या अली
मुश्किल कुशा नारा हैदरी
या अली
हुसैनियत
जिंदाबाद
हुसैनियत
जिंदाबाद
यजीदियत
मुर्दाबाद
यजीदियत
मुर्दाबाद
मोहम्मद वाले मोहम्मद की जात पे बुलंदर सलवात
अल्लाहुम्मा सल्ली अला मुहम्मद व आले मुहम्मद
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الصلاة والسلام على سيد الأشرف الأنبياء والمرسلين وحبيب إله العالمين الذي قيل في شانه وما أرسلناك إلا رحمة للعالمين أعني أبي القاسم محمد الصلاة والسلام على أهله الطيبين الطاهرين المعصومين المنتجبين ولعنة الله على أعدائهم أجمعين قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وآله وسلم إن الحسين مصباح الهدى وسفينة النجاة صلوات على محمد وآل محمد
अल्लाहुम्मा सल्ली अला मुहम्मद व आले मुहम्मद
Alhamdulillah, Allah Azza wa Jal, the merciful, has blessed us that we are with those people that remember Imam Hussain alayhi salatu wasalam. For the last 4 to 5 days, we are discussing the topic that how we can find guidance through Ali Muhammad alayhi salatu wasalam. Guidance, hidayat, is one of those topics that is discussed a lot in a lot of the masajid, in a lot of the Imam Bargas that we have. This is that topic that not only the followers of Ali Muhammad discuss, but it is one of those topics that no matter which religion you belong to, you have a purpose in life, and that purpose is that you are guided towards the Creator. Every single person, he is after hidayat, he is after guidance. But we find that some people find hidayat through the right channels, through the right means, and eventually they find the door to paradise. But on the other hand, we have those people that are out there looking for hidayat, they are looking for guidance. But instead of finding guidance, instead of moving towards Allah Azza wa Jal, they are moving away from Allah Azza wa Jal. How is it that we can confirm that the hidayat and the guidance we are receiving, that guidance, that hidayat is moving us towards Allah Azza wa Jal? And we discussed the verse of Surah Al-Fatiha in which Allah Azza wa Jal is asking us to say, and we say this 5 times a day in namaz, Ihdina as-sirat al-mustaqim. So even Allah Azza wa Jal wants us to find that path, wants us to find that way that takes us towards Allah Azza wa Jal. Allah Himself wants us to find hidayat. Allah Azza wa Jal Himself wants us to be guided. But where do we look for hidayat and where do we find guidance? That is the question. But if we carry on reading this verse, Allah says, Ihdina as-sirat al-mustaqim, then Allah Azza wa Jal Himself tells us which is the path of guidance. Allah Himself shows us which is the path to hidayat. Allah says, Sirat al-ladhina an'amta alayhim. MashaAllah. Allah says, find that path upon whom I have showered my favors, upon whom I have my bounties. How do we look for that path? How do we find those people that are favored by Allah Azza wa Jal, that have the bounties of Allah Azza wa Jal? Here we find in the Quran, when Allah is talking about Hazrat Isa, Allah Azza wa Jal says, O Isa, remember the favors, the ni'mat that we have given you. Allah is talking to who? He is talking to Isa, Jesus. Allah says, remember that we have given you bounties, we have given you ni'mat. And then Allah Azza wa Jal counts in the Quran the favors and the bounties that Allah has given Hazrat Isa alayhi salatu wassalam. The first bounty that Allah says, Allah says, O Isa, remember when you came into this world, we gave you the power to speak when you was an infant. The first ni'mat that Allah gave Hazrat Isa was the ability to speak. Because when Hazrat Isa arrived, every single person knows the story that people came to Maryam, people came to Mary and said that we did not think that you was one of those people that would commit an act like this. You are not married. Where has this child come from? Look, when Allah showers His ni'mat, when Allah shows His bounty, then the mother did not have to give a daleel. Hazrat Isa alayhi salatu wasalam spoke himself and said, "Oh people, do not say anything to my mother. I am a prophet of Allah and I have bought a book from Allah Azza wa Jalla." Hazrat Isa spoke. So the first ni'mat, the first bounty that was given to Hazrat Isa was the ability to speak when he was an infant. The second ni'mat, the second bounty that Allah gave Hazrat Isa والسلام, was that he had the power to cure those people who were ill. Hazrat Isa والسلام, could cure people. And Allah says to Hazrat Isa, Isa, remember when we gave you the izn, with our permission, you would blow and the person would receive shifa. Hazrat Isa was given the izn by Allah Azza wa Jal that when he blew on an ill person, it is famous that Hazrat Isa would cure leprosy. Any people who were ill with an illness which was incurable at that time, Hazrat Isa would just blow on them and they would receive shifa from Allah. But let me repeat, Allah again and again is reminding Isa, remember Isa, we gave you the ability to speak, we gave you the izn that when you blow, ill people would get shifa. The third thing that Allah reminds Isa and says, oh Isa, remember the bounty that we gave you. We gave you the ability to bring the dead back to life. He had the ability to bring the dead back to life. And again Allah says, oh Isa, remember, with our izn, with my name, with my power, I gave you the authority to bring the dead back to life. And then we have another narration in the Quran in which Allah Azza wa Jal says that Hazrat Isa ﷺ, every single person knows that Hazrat Isa had the power that if he made anything from sand, from clay, and the famous narration is that Hazrat Isa made a bird, and that when he blew the name of Allah onto that bird, the bird came alive, and the bird began to fly. This is normal clay. And by the izn of Allah, by the power of Allah, when Isa blew on that clay, the bird would come alive. The fourth bounty that Allah says, that, oh Isa, we were the ones that gave you knowledge. Ilm. Ilm is a bounty from Allah Azza wa Jal. Allah counted these four blessings, these ni'mat, these bounties to Hazrat Isa alayhi salatu wasalam. And then Allah says that, oh Isa, remember that we gave you all these ni'mat. We gave you the ability to speak when you was an infant. We gave you the ability to bring the dead back to life. We gave you the ability to cure the ill people. We gave you the ability to have knowledge and to spread knowledge. But oh Isa, remember this, that whatever we gave you for the sake of your mother Maryam. Allah is telling Isa that remember whatever we have given you, it is for Maryam. And we need to realize here that those people that say that Islam does not give a status to women, every single book that you read, the Quran, the Hadith, every single book is full with the fazilat of women.
Subhanallah. MashaAllah.
No matter how big a person is, if he is a wali, if he is a nabi, whoever he is, heaven is in the feet of his mother. Heaven is in the feet of their mother. Allah counts all these blessings and He says to Isa that we have given you all these bounties. And every single bounty, every single ni'mat is from us. Now Hazrat Isa ﷺ used all these bounties to bring people to Islam. Because no matter which time it is, whether it is the time of Hazrat Adam, Hazrat Nuh, Hazrat Musa, the religion which was taught to the people was the religion of Islam. But in those times it was referred by the names of the prophets. Like Christianity is after Jesus Christ. But the religion which was preached was the religion by Allah Azza wa Jal, and that religion was the religion of Islam. So every single prophet he was given a bounty, he was given a ni'mat. And they use this to guide people towards Allah Azza wa Jal. Now let's come on to how the stories of the prophets in the Quran, how can we link the stories in the Quran to Ali Muhammad alayhi salatu wasalam? Because Allah Azza wa Jal says that I have guided every single person. The prophets were the representatives of Allah Azza wa Jal on this earth. But even a time came that the prophets were shown guidance by who? By Allah Azza wa Jal. Like every single person knows the story of Hazrat Musa alayhi salatu wasalam. Hazrat Musa came into this world when Pharaoh was killing every single child. But look how Allah guided Hazrat Musa alayhi salatu wasalam's mother. Hazrat Musa alayhi salatu wasalam's mother took Hazrat Musa, she put him in a cradle and she put him into the water. Look at the yaqeen that she had in Allah Azza wa Jal. Look at how close she was to Allah Azza wa Jal. And we need to understand that before we can get guidance from Allah, before we can find hidayat from Allah Azza wa Jal, there are three things that we need to fulfill if we want to receive the guidance from Allah. The first thing that we need to do is that we need to make a connection with Allah. If we want guidance, who do we want guidance from? From Allah Azza wa Jal. Who do we look to be a wasila for us? We find those people who are close to Allah Azza wa Jal. The first thing is that we need to have a connection with Allah if we want to receive guidance. The second thing that we need to have is we need to have a connection with the creation of Allah Azza wa Jal. You cannot find Allah just by saying Allah, Allah. It is not our iman. If, as I said before, if the Quran was enough for us, then Allah would have just sent the Quran and not sent any prophets or imams. But Allah sent this silsila that we have. Allah sent prophets, Allah sent imams, proves that prophets are needed in today's world. And imams are also needed for guidance. So we need to have a connection with the creation of Allah. And the third thing that we need to have, if we want to receive guidance from Allah, we need to have a connection with the Imam of our time. We are lucky that we believe, and it is our iman and yaqeen, that our Imam is listening to us. Why shall we go elsewhere begging people to show us the way of hidayah, to show us the way to guidance, when we believe that our Imam is alive, he is listening to us, he is replying to us. So you need to make the connection with your Imam strong if you want to receive direct guidance. It is not hard to receive guidance from Aimma alayhi salatu wasalam. You don't have to be a very big person to receive guidance from Aimma alayhi salatu wasalam. As I mentioned the other day, Hazrat Hur received guidance from Ali Muhammad, from Imam Hussain in one night. And last night I was reading that Hazrat Hur's brother, he turned towards Imam Hussain not with his brother, but in the morning when Yazid's army realized that Hur has changed side, who do you think they sent to kill Hur? They said to Hur's brother, "Oh, Hur's brother, go kill your brother, because he has left Yazid and he has gone to Hussain." Hur found a hidayah whole calm guidance at night. But Hur's brother found guidance in a split second. When he was ordered to go kill Hur, on his way to the camp of Imam Hussain, when he arrived and he saw that Hur is standing with Imam Hussain والسلام, he fell into the feet of Imam Hussain and he said, Labbaik ya Hussain. Never think that you have committed so many sins that you can never find hidayah. Try to understand upon whose doorstep you are sitting. You have come to cry for Aba Abdullah al-Hussain, the son of Fatima al-Zahra. And Allah says, oh my Prophet, remember this. I have created this world for you. I have created the sky, the earth, the tree, the river, every single thing I have created for you, oh Muhammad. But remember this, if it wasn't for Fatima al-Zahra, I wouldn't have even created you. This is the azmat of Fatima al-Zahra. This is the fazilat of Fatima al-Zahra. That pious lady who is the mother of the leaders of paradise. And we have gathered here to remember Imam Hussain. We have gathered here to remember the musibat of Imam Hussain. Then why isn't it necessary for us and for our children and the youth to make preparations so that we can understand how to find guidance? Muhammad والسلام, are constantly there to help us, are constantly there to guide us. They want us to find hidayat. They want us to find Allah Azza wa Jal. That is why when Imam Hussain والسلام, left Medina, what were the words of Imam Hussain when he left? He said, O people, I am not going after wealth. I am not going after the world. O people, remember, I am going for the Islah of the Ummah of my grandfather. I am going to correct the Ummah of my grandfather. Why? Because Imam Hussain والسلام, knew that now practically something needs to be done. And the only way that Imam Hussain والسلام, could change the hearts of people, to bring them back to Allah Azza wa Jal, to guide them towards Sirat al-Mustaqim, was by taking his family to Karbala and showing the world that when it comes to the religion of Muhammad, when it comes to the religion of Allah Azza wa Jal, Hussain is willing to sacrifice everything he has. As these days pass and the day of Ashura comes close to us, there is an uneasiness in our hearts. As these nights are going and the night of Ashura is coming, we are feeling restless. Someone rang me the other day and said, Molana, I don't understand that in these days, I am just sitting at home, and when I see a little act of my child, I begin to cry for Imam Hussain. As I said, it is not easy to cry for anyone. It is a blessing. It is an acceptance. The reason why you are sitting here, because you have been accepted by Fatima al-Zahra. You have been accepted by Imam Hussain. You could be at home. You could be doing what you want to do. But as these nights pass, your hearts are getting softer and softer and softer. Because you are understanding that when the day of Ashur comes, Imam Hussain والسلام, will be left alone in Karbala. This is the reason why we cry for Imam Hussain. This is the reason why we remember Imam Hussain. Imam Jafar Sadiq والسلام, says in a famous narration, he says that, oh people, those people that remember Imam Hussain, those people that cry for Imam Hussain, there is a fire in their hearts. And that fire is of the love of Imam Hussain. The reason why, when these days start to pass and the day of Ashur begins to come closer, you begin to cry more. Tears start to fall easily from your eyes. Why? Because you know that Imam Hussain has a few days left. And we have gathered here today to remember who? To remember Babul Hawaij. To remember Ali Asghar. Ali Asghar, 6-month-old child of Imam Hussain. Ali Asghar was only 6 months when he was in Karbala. Can someone turn these from lights off, please? Hazrat Ali Asghar was only 6 months in Karbala. Today I request you that any dua that you have, Ali Asghar is known as Babul Hawaij. What does Babul Hawaij mean? Babul Hawaij means that door upon whom your du'as are accepted. Do dua today. When you have tears in your eyes for Ali Asghar, do dua, oh Allah. For the sake of Ali Asghar, accept our dua. For the sake of the 6-month-old Mujahid in Karbala, Allah, accept our dua. And I want you to do a dua with me. Ya Allah, all those people who do not have children in the house, who are wanting a child, Allah, for the sake of the shahadat of Ali Asghar, give them a child. Allah, one Molana Sahib has requested me to do dua for him. His name is Qaisar Ali Najfi. He has recently got married. He wants a child. He himself is in Karbala at the moment, but it is our iman and yaqeen that whenever the Masa'ib of Ali Muhammad is being recited, any dua which is not being accepted, when a person brings a dua to his tongue, Allah accepts his dua. Oh Azadaro, tonight is the night of Ali Asghar. Tonight is the night of Babul Hawaij. We have gathered here today to do dua in the name of Ali Asghar. Allah, for the sake of Babul Hawaij, all those people that have attended here at Al-Mahdi, accept their du'as for the sake of Babul Hawaij. Azadaro, we have come here to listen to the musibat of Ali Muhammad. We have come here to listen to the tragedies that fell upon Ali Muhammad. Azadaro, what can I tell you in regards to the musibat of Ali Asghar? That there was a reciter in the time of Imam Raza. His name was Jabir. Once Imam Raza was sitting and Imam Raza said, "Oh Jabir, I want you to recite the musibat of Imam Hussain." Jabir stood up in front of Imam Raza, when he stood up, he began to recite the musibat of Imam Hussain. What did Jabir say, Azadar? Jabir says, "Oh Fatima Zahra, where were you when Imam Hussain was being killed by the river? Janab Zahra," he is talking to Janab Zahra, that the Jabir Jabir, he says, oh Zahra, if you was in Karbala and that when you saw that your son Hussain is being killed without any water next to the river, you would have hit your face. When Jabir said this, oh Zahra, if you was in Karbala, you would have slapped yourself. When Imam Reza heard this, Imam Reza passed out. People walk Imam Reza up, and Imam Reza says, oh Jabir, say that again what you said. Jabir recites again and he says, oh Zahra, if you was in Karbala, you would have slapped your face. Imam Reza faints again. Third time when Imam Reza faints, Jabir comes close to Imam Reza. He holds the feet of Imam Reza. He says, oh Imam Reza, tell me, am I reciting something wrong? Why is it that when I say, oh Zahra, if you was in Karbala, you would have slapped your face? Imam Reza begins to cry and he says, oh Jabir, when you said that Zahra, if you was in Karbala, you would have hit yourself. I can see with my eyes, my grandmother Zahra is in front of me. Imam Reza says, Jabir, you have said Zahra, but Zahra, my grandmother is standing in front of me. Azadaro, we have gathered to remember Ali Asghar. And as the time came, Azadaro, a time came when Imam Hussain was all alone. There was no one with Imam Hussain. And Imam Hussain went into the battlefield and he said, Hal min nasir yansurna. Is there anyone there to help me? Azadaro, every single person heard this. But how did Ali Asghar hear this? It is written in the books of Maktar that when Ali Asghar heard his father saying, is there anyone there to help me? Ali Asghar threw himself from the cradle and onto the floor. Imam Hussain heard that the women were crying. He returned back to the camps and he said, oh mere baab, what is the reason why the women are crying? Mere baab says, oh my master Hussain, when you said, is there anyone there to help me? Ali Asghar is throwing himself out of the cradle. But what did Imam Hussain do? He came close to Ali Asghar. He picked up Ali Asghar in his hands. And Ali Asghar was crying. Why? Because he wanted to go fight like Ali Akbar. He wanted to go fight like Qasim. Look at the tarbiyat of a 6-month-old child of Hussain. Imam Hussain holds Ali Asghar close and he says something into the ear of Ali Asghar. Hazrat Ali Asghar begins to smile. Rabab says, oh my master, what did you say to Ali Asghar? Imam Hussain says, I said to Ali Asghar, oh Ali Asghar, do you want to go to the battlefield and fight like Ali Akbar? Do you want to go to the battlefield and fight like Ali Akbar? And then cutting the Messiah short, Ali Asghar was prepared. Imam Hussain picked up Ali Asghar and he wrapped Ali Asghar inside his abba and he started walking towards the battlefield. When Imam Hussain arrived, the people thought that Imam Hussain had brought the Quran. Oh people, Imam Hussain did not take the Quran, but he took Ali Asghar. Imam Hussain takes out Ali Asghar. Ali Asghar is in the hands of Imam Hussain. And he raises Ali Asghar and he says, oh people, you have come for me. What has this 6-month-old child done to you? Alas, Urmila took out the arrow. Urmila took out the arrow. He put it inside his bow and he aimed the arrow at the asker. And another when he aimed the arrow, he dropped the arrow the first time. He again picks up another arrow. His knights had to cry for Imam Hussain. Imam Hussain is but a few days mehman for us. Soon it will be the day of Ashura. Cry as much as you can for Imam Hussain. Urmila picks up another arrow. And he puts his arrow inside the bow again. And he aims for Ali Asghar again. Again the arrow falls to the ground. Umar ibn Saad comes close to Urmila and he says, you are the best archer that we have. What is the reason why the arrow keeps falling to the floor? Urmila looks at Umar ibn Saad and he says, oh Urmila, look towards the tents of Imam Hussain. I can see that a woman, she has the Quran on her head and she is saying, no Urmila, look at the weight of your arrow and look at the neck of Ali Asghar. Wow, Musibata. She said, look at the weight of the arrow and look at the weight of Ali Asghar. And as that time came, Imam Hussain took Ali Asghar for water. What did the Ummah of Rasulullah do? Did they give Ali Asghar water? No. Urmila fired his arrow and the arrow hit the neck of Ali Asghar. The arrow hit the neck of Ali Asghar. Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un. Ali Asghar was no more. But what is the reason why we cry for Ali Asghar? And another, what is the reason why we cry for Ali Asghar? Every shaheed in Karbala. Listen to the musibat of Imam Hussain. Every shaheed in Karbala was killed once. But look at the kismet of Ali Asghar. When Ali Asghar was killed, Imam Hussain buried him on the 11th of Muharram. The army of Yazid was looking for heads. The army of Yazid was looking for heads. And there was one head which was short. What did they do?